It's LIN Live with Spank and Sam. It's a show for everyone, boy, woman, girl, and man. So tune in on Facebook and YouTube. Guaranteed to make you laugh and make you feel good. Yeah, it's the LIN Live show with Spank and Sam. It's the LIN Live show with Spank and Sam. It's the LIN Live show with Spank and Sam. It's the LIN Live show with Spank and Sam.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to LIN Live. I am Alfonso Spanky Jones, and I am joined by
Sam Anthony today. I'm just only saying. I don't know what happened to my thing. Maybe I changed it. My bad, y'all. But my name is Samuel Sam Anthony.
and we're happy to be with you again for episode 2 of season 2, where we're going to be talking about not your ordinary or your regular church dudes.
Yeah.
Get your merch. Get your merch.
Get your merch.
But before we get into the show, today was a very, very special day in the LIN network. We celebrated the birthday of Apostle Shireen Lathan. Woo!
Yay.
69. What's up, Jaquay? But we're gonna play like our birthday shout out that we made that got kind of chopped up and added to, but we're gonna play the whole full thing for you right now. Let's do it. Welcome to LIN. Oh wait, this is not LIN Live. This is Apostle Lathan's birthday shout out. What? Hey,
happy birthday!
Happy birthday! So they wanted us to say like what one word describes Apostle Lathan, and I think you might put this best.
Faithful.
That's right.
Faithful.
Faithful. I wish we could put a rainbow. Faithful. Just imagine a rainbow there.
But like, just some encouragement, like Apostle Lathan, we want you to never ever change. Keep being you. You've been the strongest, the toughest, the most gangster pastor that we've had now. But you have been faithful, and you have been like the best person to be in our lives and encourage us to do what we do. Because without you, there is no us. So keep doing you, Apostle.
Yeah, that's it. Faithful. You have been amazing for years, and not just to us, but to the world. So you've been a gem to the world, and I believe that for the rest of your life, the rest of the world will begin to see how much of a gem you've been to the LIN network and to the people that are part of the network.
Word. So, and then they want us to do some memorable moments. So, Amina, what's your most memorable moment with Apostle Lathan?
It would have to be bowling with her on the Monday Night Vegas League. We've been with the league over 10 years. We've been to Las Vegas at least 10 times to bowl in a tournament. So I truly enjoyed bowling with her and her sister, Deborah. So that would be my most memorable moment.
What's the name of the bowling team?
The bowling team is We Don't Give a Strike.
We don't give a strike. We don't give
a strike. We gonna get some shirts today. Can we get some shirts?
They already got them. They already got them made. That's what y'all bowling, right?
Yeah.
Sam, what's your most memorable moment? My most memorable moment is around the time we were doing the Nehemiah project. That was around the time I first met Lauren. And I remember Apostle Lathan telling me to get a haircut because I'm going to ask a woman on a date and my hair ain't cut. And so I did get a haircut, and a couple of years later, we're married. So Apostle Lathan told me to get a haircut. I got a haircut, and now I'm married. Listen to Apostle Lathan, ladies and gentlemen.
Prophetic stylist.
What's your most memorable moment, Spank?
My most memorable moment is every time I come to Apostle Lathan and she hits me with the, oh, okay. Like, that could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. Either way, that means change is coming. So that is my most memorable moments with Apostle Lathan. So to wrap this up, we just want to say to you, Apostle Shireen Lathan, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Apostle Lathan.
We love you.
We love you.
Happy birthday. We love you. And we'll catch you on the next time. Yeah. So again, happy birthday, Apostle.
Happy birthday, Apostle. We love you.
We love you.
Elder Amina's around here too.
Yeah. Jaquay, we trying to get Amina back, on the show regularly, but she be on her Sunday afternoon. I don't know what my hair. I don't want to do my hair.
Look, I feel it. I feel like I don't want to do my hair either on Sunday afternoons.
Every day is hat day for me. Every day is hat day. When I don't feel like shaving the head, I just be like, throw a hat on it.
Mm-hmm. If you can't get a haircut, brothers, throw a hat on. Sisters, if you can't get your hair done,
if you can't get your weave. Speaking of hair getting done, we got Tila in the comments. Awesome hairdresser.
Yeah, I need like a 24 piece T. So let me know what you got available.
So if you ain't got your weave together, hit up somebody.
We ain't plugging though, because they didn't pay for advertisement spots.
Right. We have advertising spots available if you would like to advertise on LIN Live. Just email. Is it the Liberty Net, Amina?
The Liberty Net at yahoo.com, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's the Liberty Net at yahoo.com. If you would like to advertise on this show, we'll throw your logo up. You even get a guest spot on the show. We'll come and talk. Like you'll talk on the show about your business. So let's go.
So people can put a face with the name.
Definitely. No, we definitely agree. Hair being done is major. Mm-hmm. We don't want to be coming up here with like Gorilla Glue girl. You know what I'm saying? The after Gorilla Glue. Because she went through a thing.
Shout out to her, man. She got like a free doctor's visit. You feel me? She got people telling her they was making her wigs. Maybe I should do something wild on the internet so I can.
Well, I was concerned about it. Like she's 40 years old with like 15 kids, and she put Gorilla Glue on her head, thinking it was Gorilla Snot. Like, come on.
She got all them kids. That's what.
Like, she doesn't seem like a bright bulb. Them kids are in danger. Somebody help them kids. They might be stuck to a wall somewhere thinking like they getting body soap and they get Gorilla Glue to the shower. She might got a kid shrine in the shower. She got 15 and only showing 6 because the other ones are stuck to the wall somewhere. You never know.
Look, if she sticks there like clothed to the wall, it's cool because they can still get out. It's like time out.
You can only go so far.
You gotta slide out your shirt.
Get over here. Just try to run. It's just like, man. But so also, okay, we're gonna knock out this announcement real quick too. This next weekend will be, or this weekend coming up, because this is the end of this weekend. So next weekend is our Leadership Congress at LIN Live, and we have the commercial for that. That's gonna play right now.
Dreams are born. Dreams that shatter boundaries and inspire us to transform yesterday's possibilities into tomorrow's reality. Dreams dare us to move from where we are to where we should be. They encourage us to pursue our deepest passions with excellence. Dreams fuel an inner drive, revealing our unique talents that enable achievements few others experience. They provide us with motivation to explore solutions that will make the world a better place. Whether pursuing a passion, a personal goal, a family milestone, a company vision, or a unique gift, put your dream to the test. The life you've always wanted is waiting.
So that portion of the Leadership Congress is a paid event, so you do have to register on Eventbrite. And the rest of it, if we put the flyer back up a minute real quick, that the other parts of it, oops, not that, are free. We have other what is it, like events and speakers that are free.
Yeah.
So it's a good download for anybody that's want to get some information.
Yep, there's some dope speakers. The lineup is great. We have Apostle Darling, Apostle Lathan, Apostle earlier. Of course, you saw Apostle Waddell, Apostle Tucker, Chief Apostle Prue, and Elder Deidre Smith, along with like 1,001 other speakers. Talking about different things throughout the weekend. I don't want to release some of the speakers' names because I don't know if they're on there, but we got some good speakers. And so it's going to be really dope. The link for that information is in the bio or in the comments. Not in bio. I'm sorry. It's my booking info. Booking info in the bio.
But yeah, so be sure to register now. Get it in. Get in early so we can so you could be in a number virtually.
Yeah.
Not personally.
Mm-hmm. Some of the stuff is LIN staff only. So if you all check your emails that Elder Mina puts together, make sure you see which portions.
LIN staff, check your emails.
Please.
LIN staff, check your emails.
If you don't know what staff means, if you have a position or title.
The dictionary meaning of staff is no. the urban dictionary. No, I'm joking. I'm not even there.
If you're part of the fivefold ministry, your staff. What is it? Apostles, prophets, pastors, elders, teachers,
and teachers. Yep.
Evangelist,
but evangelist not on there, right?
Nah, I don't think so. But if you're an evangelist, yes, you part of staff. If you're a deacon, you part of staff.
Deacon.
Or deaconess, y'all part of staff. So check out emails.
If you serve in the church,
Elder Mina works hard on those things to send out to make sure that everybody has all the information that we need.
So yeah, check that newsletter. Jaquay, you staff.
Yes, you are staff.
Check your email.
You're part of the worship team, staff. If you're a praise dancer, staff. If you're an usher, staff.
So yeah, now that we got all the preliminaries out of the way, it's time to get into the show, y'all. It's time to learn more about us. Like, we've been on your screens and in the beginning and middle and end of your service, of your convocation services. And we'll probably be doing the same thing on ushers. Yep, staff. Put your white gloves on and check your email.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You'd be over there like, But yeah, so like, we are the ones that's like, we've been on the beginning and middle and end of your convocation programs and, doing these shows with you for about a year now. And we realized that most of people don't really know how we got to be in these positions that we are in, there was a journey. There was a journey, a journey to get here, like, from our lives. And, we want to share a little bit of that with you tonight. Also, if you have questions about that too, feel free to put them in the comments and we'll address them as we're talking.
Make sure y'all do that. I'm going to tell y'all our life stories about how in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. And then right after that, he created the LA Live show.
He created YouTube. And then after that, Liberty International Network got a channel. And
So
they was
please
like,
subscribe.
we need 2 dudes that know how to talk to be on it.
Yep, that's in there somewhere. It's
It's
Jenny,
in there.
8, 9 ish. Somewhere around there. It's
Right.
one of the newer versions.
But Sam, let's go ahead. Let's start with you, bro. Like, since you're the more popular of the two, I just play drums here.
A lot. A lot. Look, I could tell you, as a kid, right? I have 6 siblings. So growing up, it's hard to get your parents' attention when you got 6 siblings. Sometimes, and my parents are great parents. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of us, right? And then we used to have like friends and stuff come over, and family members and stuff come over. So like, I'm pretty sure I got lost in the sauce a lot of times. And so like, I had days where I was like, man, I wish I was kind of popular. I wish people kind of knew my name, right? Well, got my name right at least, because once again, 6 siblings, a bunch of cousins, friends. I could be any name or any given day. My parents would be looking me dead in the eye, like Sean, Saul, Solomon. And I'm like, I'm Sam. Oh yeah, you Sam. And then we started doing the show, and people started knowing who I was, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like people knowing who I am. I like being in the background and chilling. I'm an introvert by nature, but I know how to interact with people. But I'll get into my story. Way back in, this is from the beginning too. So around like 1990-ish, 89, my mom got a word from God about having a child, right? My parents were married. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd year being married. And got a word. And in the word, and if she's on here watching, you could correct me if I'm wrong. And the word was that they were going to have a child, name him Samuel, who'd be a great man of God, right? So my mom got pregnant. It was around Valentine's Day, right? Because the baby was born in November. So she got pregnant, and they were expecting a boy or whatever. 9 months later, my sister comes out. So they were prepping for this boy. I'm pretty sure buying baby clothes, all this stuff, right? Blew everything. And then a girl comes out. So they weren't prepared for that at all. And then because they weren't prepared for that, they didn't have a name ready. And so my second oldest brother, Chris, named my sister, Christina, after him. And so Christina, for all those who know my family, she is older than me. And then the next Valentine's Day, I guess they tried again, And then that year, 1991, I was born. A year and a week later than Christina. And so that was my early beginnings. A Valentine's Day baby, I guess some would say a year delayed,
Love babies.
I was
And
a love baby.
Love baby too. You was love baby too. Okay.
I think Christina on here watching. So Red, if you on here watch it, let the people know that you were supposed to be. Well, I was supposed to be you, so technically I'm older. So
prophesied older.
Technically I'm older. That was my early beginnings. And then I don't think I started talking, according to my 2 oldest brothers, until I was like 6 years old or something. I don't remember talking early as a kid either. So I think they're probably true. we the favorites, because I'm on this show. I'll be nice and say, yeah, we're the favorites, but we all know
that's not nice. What about the other siblings?
I'm the favorite. I hope y'all watch it so y'all can see that I'm telling the whole world I'm the favorite. Spank, let's know about your story a little bit.
Okay. Since we're going to the beginnings. According to my calculations, I was a product of my mom's birthday. But yeah, birthday that birthday special occasion love is a thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I started out. I was a really quiet kid. Very, very shy, very introverted. Also, if anybody that knew me when I was little in Liberty, I didn't really do a lot of talking. I wasn't really like out there. Everybody knew I just loved playing drums, and I broke pencils in class and brought my sticks to church and beat up the back of the blue chairs. I probably owe Liberty Temple so much money for those chairs. I think I worked it off by now. um, but yeah, I didn't know my father growing up. I never met my biological father. So I am a product of a single parent home the majority of the time. Um, Growing up was interesting. Like, it was just me and my sister. I'm the oldest of two siblings, and then when my mom got married, I became a middle child. And everybody knows that middle child. It's easy to get lost in the shuffle when you're the middle child. So I went through that for a season, and that definitely, and went through that in the most impressionable parts of my life. So that kind of shaped a lot of the introvert tendencies that I have, and kind of turning to music, to just you know express like how I was feeling. So I got a lot of frustrations out. Um, got a lot of just I spent a lot of time on drums because there was some angst, growing up, and just some weird energies. We might get deeper into it maybe one day. I mean, if you really want to know the story, I'm an open book. When so there's a little bit of child abuse when I was growing up. My mom's ex-husband would come home every day, and we would get whoopings every single day, and for no reason. He just felt like whooping. We probably did something. He's whooping us for something that we probably was gonna do, and that helped shape my response to like love and stuff like that, because he would say I love you, but then he would constantly punish us for stuff like that. So having to break that as an adult was one thing. And then also music was like my escape for it all throughout my life. Like, I was building drums out of blocks because I was watching my mentors like Bill and Malcolm at church, and I would see them go with Apostle Turner and like break down the drums. So that would be my playtime. I would build drums and break them down and move them from one side of the room to the other, and put them back together. And yeah, that was how I grew up. So I grew up prepping for what I'm doing now, because now I travel and play drums and break down my drums and go one place and then do it again. So you never know what you're preparing for when you're a child. And I'm grateful that my mom saw that and poured into it, and like she supported my music endeavors as much as she could. Um, I remember when I got my first drum set, which was from the Treasure Stone Christian Bookstore at Liberty Temple. The night we pulled it out, it was a Friday night, and it was a drum set that was always in the window of the bookstore. And I remember taking that home and just feeling like $1,000,000, like pulling that drum set out of the window and like taking it home and I played that drum set like every day. And then we actually, that drum set got destroyed. Our basement flooded, and I had to watch that drum set melt in the water. Like, and that was so heartbreaking because I knew my mom like worked hard to buy that kit, and my family worked hard to buy that kit. So we didn't have the money to go grab another one. Like, we couldn't just go pick another one up, So I kind of had to make do with some water damaged drums. And one time I was like playing outside, and somebody had threw some drum parts out in the trash, and I scooped the mugs up, took them home and refurbished some drums. So I was refurbishing drums at like 9 and 10. So didn't know what I was doing, but I just like, okay, this part goes like this and this part goes like this. So I figured it out. And literally that's kind of how I came into the career of getting into like the media stuff, is I just figured stuff out and was really good at figuring things out. So I would find like stuff that the church was throwing out, because Bill broke a lot of stuff coming up, and there was a lot of stuff that was always in the trash. And I would be like, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that, take it home, and rebuild it. So that's the early part of my childhood. So I hope that made sense.
It made perfect sense. Yeah, a lot of times people don't realize even as adults, a lot of the things that we deal with stem from childhood. Anything, that's when we're first impressed or have our first impressions of people, of things, ideas, things like that. Um, and so you never know what people are going through, behind the scenes. That's why we should always be kind to people, even
Yeah,
as
definitely.
adults, because we don't know what people are still dealing with as adults. I know for me, as a child, I was for about 17 years, I dealt with depression from like 8 to like 25. Depressed, right? Didn't know what it was, really couldn't like explain it to people, even my parents. Um, and so it was tough. And I think that's one of the reasons I was an introvert too. I didn't like really talking about what was going on. I like to just kind of just go with the flow. I got a bunch of siblings, so we used to tease each other. And that didn't bother me about siblings tease me, but then when other kids would tease me, that would hurt. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? That would hurt. And
you preaching to the choir now, for real.
it legit, it gave me a tough shell. Like it made me really nonchalant, and which is a good thing at times and a bad thing, that I'm working on. And I was that was one of the ways I was coping with it, just by just kind of letting things just roll off and be like, yeah, it don't matter. And even during that time, during that like 17-year space, suicide attempts, like all types of wild stuff, right? I was still like doing great things. And it just goes to show, like, when you're marked for something great, like your battle is going to be even greater. And
That is
so
so
like
true.
that's kind of how we got here, legit. Just struggles through our life. And it's not like we had like necessarily like bad childhoods or upbringings. We just went through stuff like everybody else does, man.
That's true. And that's like going back to my childhood, I also suffered from like low self-esteem because I was always like a kind of chubby kid when I was coming up. So kids are just mean. So like I get talked about every day. I remember this one time this girl pulled my pants down like in the schoolyard where everybody's like outside, and like that was so embarrassing. Like I got in trouble for that happening. And
What's her
it's
name?
like,
Spank. I could pull up on her.
dude,
You feel me?
I
I mean,
still know
I'm
her
joking.
name to this day. I still know her name to this day, and I won't say it because like you know, like I'm healed from it. I'm still healing from it. But like the low self esteem was such a huge effect on like my childhood. And that was another thing that made me turn to drums too. Was just with the low self esteem, it made me hard. It wasn't hard to make friends because I was always like friendly. Like I was able to like make friends real quick. But like anything past friendship was hard. Like
Mhm.
any type of close relationship, I never really had, just because like I never thought I was deserving of having
Mhm.
those relationships. People made me feel like trash. And then like so with that, on top of not having a father figure around consistently, it was just like you didn't feel very special. But my mom did her best. She did her best to make me feel like I was, special every single time. Like when I graduated from middle school, like she bought me my first professional kit, like first name brand kit, and I know she sacrificed for it. But I took that kid to college, and I was like, that kid lasted me all through college, and I was just like, actually, no,
Yeah.
that graduated from high school. She got me that kid. So yeah, no, yeah, high school, because during high school, that's when Liberty Temple started Children's Church,
Mhm.
and that experience helped me out a lot too, because I was able to make friends at church that would like we were able to worship together. That was my first experience of worshiping with people at an early age and coming together to make a holy sound. So but again, thank God for like our leaders that allowed me to take that drum kit, and like I was not only like using that drum kit at church, but also like at school, because our school kit was trash. You anything
Yeah.
that's like for public use is like often beat up.
Mhm.
But like um but that goes back also to like me putting things together. I would piece together a drum kit for rehearsals, and my teacher, who's a drummer, he'd just be like, how did you do that? Like, what made you think of doing stuff like that? So God had already like cultivated that, like that tinkering, that MacGyver spirit that I have, that make it work spirit that has carried me through my LIN career. Think about it, like, dude, because Liberty was like like our sound system was kind of like, it was at its end of the age, and like, you know, we had to do things to make it work. And I thank God that he always kind of allowed me to be like, hey, have we tried, you know, this? I always be that guy that's like, hey, can we try this? Can we try this? And, you know, that led to me becoming like, you know, well, it led to Jamil pouring more into me and Carl pouring more into me and like cultivating those gifts. So yeah, I'm grateful for all of that.
Yeah.
The bad and the good.
Yeah, legit. I was telling Lauren the other night, we were talking. I'm grateful for, like, you know, the way I was brought up. Like, my parents are great people. They worked hard. They still work hard to this day. Some of the hardest working people I've seen, and they're spirit filled. You know, they can give you the Bible, but they can give you also just natural, like, real life advice. And I was grateful for that. And just like Spanky's mom, like, they would do whatever they could, you know, to make sure that we were taken care of. I remember 3rd grade, they bought me my favorite pair of shoes of all time, the Jordan number 5s, Fire Reds. And I got those too now. Lo bought me those last year, so it made me happy. My heart was happy. But that's my favorite shoe of all time. And like, I'm not talking like, my parents like kept us in some like heat. Like, it wasn't just like we was walking around and just nothing. Like, we was wearing, like, you know, pretty name brand shoes for the most name brand shoes for the most part. Outside of church shoes, you know, church shoes, they just get from wherever with the church shoes. And I was okay with that. You know, I wasn't really a big fan of like the Stacey Adams and all that. I'm still not. But, but like, I had a couple pair of the closets because my pops, Lord, that's another story. But my pops think he a fashion guru. I'm joking, Pops. So if you're watching this, you dress nice. You dress like, yeah, you dress nice. I'm joking. I'm talking about my pops to his face about his style, so it's cool. But my pops dressed nice. He dressed like a, you know, kind of older Chicago dude. So if you know about
your dad dressed like an old school pimp, bro. Your dad be walking around there with it.
I wasn't trying to say.
All he misses is a cane. He just need one of those canes with the gold head on it.
Red says she got Payless shoes, Lord. Red, we all had Payless shoes. It wasn't never all Payless shoes.
Hey, those Shaqs be kicking sometimes. You know, they look like Jordans.
So maybe I am the favorite there. I'm already getting Air Force Ones, getting the Allen Iverson joints, the Reeboks. Maybe I was the favorite. So, but yeah, like, I was so grateful for like my experiences just throughout life, good and bad, because I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through them. And it was meant for me. My brother, my brother would always tell me like, yo, from the day I started talking, I never stopped talking again. And I was like, I talk a lot, I guess. If you know me, I like to talk.
Not really. Like, you pick your moments.
Oh, okay. I like to talk to people that I want to talk to. So sometimes, like, that let the cat out the bag, right? So sometimes me and Spank be having a conversation that other people will walk up, and then I kind of just like,
it get real quiet. You be vibing the mess out of people sometimes. You'd be like, yeah, so
it's not. So look, if it ever happens to you, it's not personal. It's just you know, I'm really selective with who I talk to about certain things. But I do love talking to people, and it's also about it takes me a while to like warm up to people, and so, like, you know, that's just what it is. It's things that I'm working on. Lord, T out here spilling all the bees,
all the tea.
Look, my pops used to slick our hair down like Gorilla Glue lady. He was doing that with Murray's for us. So like, the way her hair looked, where it was just like,
yeah,
that's how her hair used to look.
Let's not talk about hair, bro. Like, my mom. So I have naturally like straight hair, just straight to the bone. Like I would try to grow out froze, and like it would just part in the middle and just fall. So my mom, like, she introduced my head to S curl to give me waves and stuff like that, bro. I felt bad because like my sister would get like the perms and stuff, and I would be sitting there right next to her getting the S curl, dude. And like to this day, like I had to like every time I see like a S curl pack, I just like I get angst in my heart, and I just like so like I used to work at Walmart and I had to stock the beauty supply shelves, you know, and I would always not stock like S curl. Like it would be there, and I would just never stock it. I would just look at it super hard. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this to any other guy. I'm saving so many little boys' lives right now. Because dude, like you have to spray your hair with activator to get the.
Yeah, I had an S curl freshman year of high school. So if anybody from my high school, Gage Park, is watching, I used to, and it was kind of popular there. So people used to think I was like Puerto Rican or something because I've always been like pretty light skinned. And I'd be in school with the bottle just like during the day, but I was low key with it though. I wasn't spreading it like that because I didn't want to get roasted. But like you knew we had an S curl in school or who did it because I just like spray a little bit on my hair, rub it. Real quick. And then it had came over to jail, so it looked like you used a lotion. So you just like, yeah, y'all send me. Dude. I'm back at it. I don't have any S curl pics either. For anybody that's asking.
I have no wave pictures. Like it's all just like low cuts from after that. So I'm gonna tell you the time I was able to take over my hair care because my mom had cut my hair once. And my mom is like super saved, y'all. Like it was a point where she was super saved, and she cut a V in the back of my head, and she was like, "This V is for victory." I said, "Mom, I'm about to get kicked out of school. I'm about to get kicked." And as soon as I walked through the doors of school, they called my mama. They took me to the office and called my mama. And it was like, "Yeah, your son can't be in here with this haircut." So then she had to cut it out. And I was like, "Mom, I don't want you to cut my hair no more." She's like, "Why? You know, I did a good, like it was good. They just didn't understand because them niggas ain't saved." I said, "Mama, first and foremost, you can't just go around calling people niggas like that. Like, nah." But she's like, "Okay, like we'll go to a barbershop and we'll see if they can fix it." So that's when I met my first barber, and his name was Duhart. I remember him like. And he kind of talked through his teeth like this. And he was like, he was talking to me. He's like, "Man, what your mama do to your hair?" I was like, "Can you fix it?" He's like, "Dude, I can't." He's like, "I can't fix this." But then he fixed it. And like, I had a tight fade. I was like, "You will cut my hair forever and ever."
Forever, Duhart. So if you're watching this, Duhart, you the man.
Yeah. And then he left the shop because him and the owner got into, like they were partners and they got into a disagreement. And like I lost track of him after that, so I had to go find another barber.
Man, look, hair stories growing up. I think most black men and women have some type of wild hair story. My pops used to give us all a boa haircut. Used to cut our hair, or sometimes he used to give us like the mid fade, or it's like a little box cut. Yeah. But like when I was a shorty, right? I have a few wild haircut stories. So one time my oldest brother said he used to cut hair, and this was like right after the Bulls won the championship in '98. I'm like 6, 7 years old. I'm like, "Yo, I want a haircut like Michael Jordan," right? So I go to my older brother because he knew how to cut hair. And I was like, "Yo, Sid, can you give me the Michael Jordan cut?" So he give you the ball joint, soup, no hair at all, right? So I got the Jordan joint. I don't even think he got in trouble for it. I remember. I think my parents laughed at me first. They saw my bald head, and then like I don't believe he got in trouble for this. Like, yo, this dude is way older than me. He did not get in trouble, but I got in trouble because I requested it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had that. I used to have a tail in the back.
Yeah.
I used to have a tail, and then I used to love when they had braided because then I feel like the man because you know it's kind of shaking a little bit.
You were draping, yeah.
I've tried to cut my own hair. and it was bad. I've been through a lot when it
The
comes to
beehive.
this hair.
Crystal said she had the beehive.
Ooh.
The Amy Winehouse? Was it the Amy Winehouse? Because she made that popular, I think.
Yo, hair is wild. Yo, I have a lot of wild hair stories. But please don't try to cut your hair. Kids, you can love Michael Jordan, but don't get his hair cut.
Don't cut your hair, period. Like,
Don't cut your hair.
let a professional cut your hair. And parents, quit torturing your kids with these haircuts. You know, y'all be doing these haircut punishments now on what's the TikTok or Vine?
Yeah.
It used to be Vine. Yeah, like what you do? He like ordered like $50,000 worth of stuff off Amazon. I'm gonna cut his hair wrong or something like that. Like
I'm pretty sure John probably still get the tail in his hair. He talk about that. Well, I want to give my kids at least one bad haircut so that keep them humble. You feel me?
Did you do bees, bro?
Nah, it wasn't long enough for beats, but when I was in like 7th to 8th grade, I was working on getting braids in like the summertime. So in the summertime, my hair was longer, and my sisters will like braid my hair and stuff. And so like I used to have braids, but I never like my parents ain't like them that much, so I never like went in like public with my braids. So there's no pictures I don't think anywhere of me with braids or corn puffs in my head because you have to do the corn puffs before because it helps your hair grow. They say. I don't really know if that's true or not. They say.
But yeah, and so getting back into the stories, I can attribute my love. So if anybody knows me, they know I love professional wrestling. I still to this day watch professional wrestling. Actually, before we got on the show, I was watching Elimination Chamber that was on right now. It's a pay-per-view happening right now. So y'all know I love y'all LIN live people because I be sacrificing so many pay-per-views to just be on the show with y'all, and I just watch it after. So I'm gonna lay out my educational layout, which kind of attributes to my wrestling story. So from 1st to 4th grade, I went to Liberty Academy, and I happened to be in there with my cousins that from marriage. So that was like Brandon Newell, Prophet Fred's brother Chris Ellison, and we were the three. Of course, there was like other cats, but like they're not really like around like us, but like Josh McNabb and stuff like that. But like those two guys got me in so much trouble at Liberty Academy, and it was mainly because we were always like wrestling each other and like fighting. And Brandon is just a brute by nature,
Legit.
And I was the soft spoken cousin, so he is always like on my case, always on my case. And then after 4th grade, I ended up going to public school because we moved out to Dalton and went to Roosevelt Junior High, and that was like one culture shock because I've never been around like regular kids other than Liberty kids, because like Liberty Academy allowed me to be at church every single day. You had school on Monday, prayer Monday night. School on Tuesday, prayer on Tuesday night. School on Wednesday night Bible study. School on Thursday. Sometimes my mom would let me like hang out in the rehearsals. So they had the band rehearsals, the music rehearsals. And then Friday, school on Friday, evangelistic night on Friday night. Saturday was youth camp. Sunday was 3 services. So yeah, it was church every single day for the first part of my life. And then getting to public school is kind of where I was like looking for my identity as a kid. And I just happened, I don't even know how I discovered, but we were kind of talking in class and we started talking about wrestling because we had got cable. And like getting cable, like the first thing that pops up was Stone Cold Steve Austin on Monday Night Raw. And like I was just watching him just like be Stone Cold. He was out there just stunning people, like boom, stunner, boom, stunner. And it's just like, that guy is cool. I want he's doing all the stuff that I want to do. I was vicariously living through him, and I did not know I was vicariously living through Stone Cold. And so we would have like these moments in the hallway where we're passing classes. Like classes were like, we would start to switch classes. Like, so certain teachers taught certain subjects, and we had to line up outside and go to the next class. And one day we had this whole mass like brawl, like fake wrestling brawl. Like no one got hurt, But like we were all just like fake wrestling. So like every dude in like 3-4 classes just like in the hallway just mass brawling. The teachers are like, "Oh my god, they're killing each other!" And we like, no one got like hit for real. We were over there like passing legs, like someone got a steel chair. It was like the softest steel chair hit like ever. But we sold it like it was like the worst thing ever. It's like So we all ended up that was like a mass suspension. I think that day it was like 15, 20 people got suspended for fighting in the hallway. But like to this day, we would do like after school things. So after that, we would have like we'll put on like little wrestling shows, like backyard wrestling shows in people's yards. We were just like having fun. Like we would have like it would be like these teenage kids that was going to high school. So like I don't know how that happened, but like they would get off their bus for high school as we're getting out of school, and it was like almost like a gang thing. Like they would get off and be like, "Oh," and then we'd be like, "Oh," and it'd just be attacking like these little kids to these big teenage kids, and like we just have like a whole massive like Royal Rumble in someone's yard until the person like whose homeowner was like, "Get out my yard!"
Hey, so if y'all saw anybody in the south suburbs of Dalton area, like how long ago was that? How many years ago that was?
Man, that was I'm 35 now, so yeah,
it was Spanky.
It was me. I was in there. I was in there. I would get scared because like I would get grass stains like in my pants, and my mom would be like, "How'd you get these grass stains?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just slipped and fell. You know, nothing major."
Yeah, you give somebody a rock bottom, Bob. That's how you got them.
It was a jabroni walking down the street, and I hooked him, and I was like, "Boom!" And then I hit him with the Stone Cold Stunner line, like that's the bottom line, because I just laid the smackdown on these high school kids.
Wrestling is great though. Like I used to get in trouble for doing the stuff I saw a wrestler. So like like Stone Cold never like actually gave anybody. Well, he did give people the figure, right?
Oh, he gave a lot of fingers.
But it's kind of blurred out, right? So I thought it was cool, right? So I'm giving people the finger as a kid. Two of them double fisted, you feel me? Like all in. I used to give people the DS symbol.
Oh yeah, dude, the cross chop. The cross chop, the cross chop still is offensive to this day to anybody who grew up in the 90s. Like somebody pisses you off and you just be like, "Suck it."
Those are fighting words, yo. It's like there's no talking. There's no like we're not civil adults anymore. We gotta fight. We gotta.
It's like, okay.
Wrestling greatly impacted us.
Like to this day, I still want to work for WWE in some capacity. I'm not gonna wrestle though. Like my body can't take it because of football. But if any announcing jobs, if anybody from WWE is watching, I would love to be an announcer on the show one day. Yes. I can definitely get my announcer's voice on and be like, "Ladies and gentlemen."
Oh, I like that. Maybe, is somebody from the Make-A-Wish Foundation on? He's not dying or nothing.
I'm not dying.
Am I dying? Live on LIN Live. First, you heard it here. Spanky isn't dying, y'all. We just try to in the arms. As you all see that we're at-home comedians, I guess you would call it.
We're at-home comedians. We're comedians whenever you hang out with us. Like if you ever come, when we come back to church, you'll see that we are just like this when we're in person too.
Yeah, we like joking. We like handling our business though. We are, I'm fast forwarding a little bit past my high school and college years.
Let's do it.
College was cool. I went to the Virginia State University for 1 year. I did not graduate from college yet, but I am going back to school to finish. And it will probably be online at the Virginia State University, a black college. I also did not want to go to a HBCU for a long time because I said I didn't want to be around black people. I've been around them all my life. I want to be around other people. It really wasn't true because I had been around like a lot of people from different ethnic backgrounds, especially in high school because I worked and with like this really diverse company. And so I just didn't want to be around a bunch of black people, but that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I grew up, from childhood to being an adult, and I started getting a little more serious about my walk with Christ. And then I finally got saved, like for real. Like, I was getting saved all the time, right? Like, I was getting saved a lot. But like for real, about like 25, that's when I started really 24, 25. That's when I really started trying to get a little serious. And then, I just started walking in it. And what was that? Maybe 2, 3 years ago, I joined the media team at Liberty Temple. Um, and then,
Unwillingly, you didn't want to.
yeah, I did not want to. It kind of happened just it was a lack. And I was just like, yo, I don't like seeing this happen. And me and Spank had a long conversation. It was like, well,
Couple
why
of
don't
them.
you just fill in the gap? Yeah. And it was just like, okay. And now I've been there.
Well, I mean, since we go into college days, actually, college was very pivotal to who I am today. So I was like still that shy introvert kid all through college and all through high school. And I remember when I first got to college, the first one was a roommate situation. When you get in the dorms, you're meeting somebody new for the first time, and the colleges they try to help you out, so they give you your roommate's information beforehand in your housing letters, so you can communicate with your roommate before, so you can kind of know what to get for your room and kind of start creating a bond. So like I only called him like twice before we got there, but like he was just like after seeing me in my room every single day, other than in class, but like I just kind of stayed in my room and watched TV and did my homework. 3 weeks into it, he's like, you know what? You're going out tonight. Like he threw clothes at me. He's like, put that on. We going to this party. And I was just like, okay. Cause like, I did never experienced that before. So I was like, cool. But as I was in this party, I was like, you know what? Now's the time to kind of like not be introverted no more. Like this is the time where I can kind of change things. This is a whole new city, whole new people that I'm getting to know to. So like no one really knows my past. So like I can create, the person that I want to be that I saw in my head. So from that, I would just kind of like just start talking to people, you know, and just like going out of my comfort zone and just getting used to being out of my comfort zone. And I got help from like I had one person from my high school come to my college, like from the same school, and like she helped me like get like I was like one of those people who's like teach me how to do this. I was always that like teach me how to be better at this.
Yeah.
So like I was just like, how do you just come up and talk to people? And we would like do legit exercises with her roommate. And we would like have like conversational exercises, and like she helped me like develop, how to just talk to people. And then being in the music program, like I was like one of 3 Black people in this program. It was a predominantly white school. SIU Edwardsville was the school I went to. And that changed dramatically every year, because like more and more Black people started coming there, like especially because it was so close to St. Louis, so people didn't want to go too far from home. But Chicago was like very dominant down there. But I was one of 3 Black people in the music program, so I had to learn how to navigate those waters. And then for my career, so I started playing professionally with my teachers as soon as I got down there. Literally, like after I auditioned months before, they were kind of already lining up stuff for me to do. But that honestly, that's where my Fonzie nickname came from too. Reggie Thomas, like first time he met me in high school. He was judged one of our band competitions, and he was like, Fonzie, what school are you going to? I was like, I wasn't planning on going to college because I didn't want to I didn't feel like I was going to a college material.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to like just get into it, get into work, and just kind of make money. That was like my thought. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a scholarship, and you just come down and just see if you like it.
Wow.
And so that was the only reason I went to college, and the reason I went to that college is because of the scholarship he gave me. But I ended up being there for like 4 years. I didn't graduate either. And I don't plan on graduating. Honestly, I feel like I got everything I needed from the program that I was in. I went for music performance, and I learned a lot, and I utilize all that information every single day. And
There
I'm
you
doing what I
go.
went, and I'm doing what I went to school for. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was very integral in like my personality development. So, like going to parties and talking with all the students there, fraternities that wanted to, you know, that I was recruit. Yeah, I was only interested in one, and everybody who knows me knows what that one is. Uh, Still, you know, very loyal. But
We won't say that.
we won't say nothing. But yeah, that was just it was really really integral because like college is where I experienced a lot of stuff, and that's kind of what started my prodigal son um, age in my life because I was away from home and I was away from church. I was away from liberty, but I was never away from church.
Yeah.
So I was always serving in churches still. So like the first church I served at down there was a culture church. That was a culture shock. They shouted about everything, and I've never played shout music so much. To the point where I don't like playing shout music to this day because of those moments.
So if you don't see Spanky playing the drums when it's a shout song, just know.
It's like I'd be trying to discourage shout moments. I'd be like, no. Look,
just play a track and then pretend. Just wave the arms.
Like when Apostle Lathan be tuning up on Sundays, I'm like, oh no, it's coming.
It's coming.
Jesus.
Hey, we need a shout music stand there for Liberty Temple Chicago. So if y'all know somebody who
tag them in, just tag them in. Like I'll play the rest of the service. You just play the shout music tag.
Just it. That's all. That's all we need you for.
But yeah, so I'm super transparent. Like that's where I kind of discovered alcohol, discovered marijuana. Hanging out with the white kids, I discovered marijuana. Hanging out with the black people, I discovered alcohol. And you know, just being in those moments where it was just like I just wanted to experience everything. So I didn't have to, you know, I was one of those like that learned from people's bad experiences, but also like wanted to make sure it was something that I wanted to like that I had the experience for. And this is one thing that I learned like from a pastor down there that I met. He's like, he's like, your experiences are going to be your testimony one day. And people are willing to listen to you if you have the experiences. Like if you've never experienced something, it's hard for people to like receive from you because you didn't have those experiences. So like, you know, especially if you're ministering to a drunkard, you can be like, hey, you know, I used to drink like that and God delivered me from that. And then, you know, or I used to smoke weed like that. And then, you know, God delivered me from that. But I remember like one time I had left this club super late. I think we got out of the club like 6 a.m. and I had to be at church at like 7 a.m. So I was still a little soused. I was still a little soused. I was a little sousy.
Well, there off a vibe. Like, ooh, he caught the spirit. Spirit.
But like I really did enjoy church a lot more when I was soused because like there was no inhibitions. And that's what I learned, like not to think myself out of God.
Yeah.
Like it allowed me to like from then I kind of like was able to kind of like know that I was overthinking God to the point where I was unable to enjoy service because you're like just overthinking and then like not really paying attention either.
Yeah.
So when you're a church musician, there's so many distractions that come. For all the musicians in the audience, you already know.
Yeah, I was in the pews, but I've had plenty of. We don't have pews at Liberty, but you know, for the church people, I was in the seats.
The seats.
Man, I'm come to church soused.
But I was telling a friend the other day. I was just like, but I enjoyed
not
the
anymore.
service.
No more sauce.
No more sauce services.
It's been a long time, y'all. They'll be going back like Apostle Dollar, Apostle Lathan. They said they was on the. They coming in to Liberty sauce.
Sousty.
I don't even know what saucy means, but they said they were sauced.
They said they were sauced. But yeah, no. But I did. I was that was kind of like my first real experience of God was that day, and like that's like when I was able to receive the message and like it really spoke to me. And then doing gospel choir workshops from that point, because I was able to kind of remove my thought process from that, it allowed me to be able to experience God a little bit more at all of these encounters that we were having. So like, because I wasn't able to be at my church that like fed me regularly, and I was playing at churches that wasn't necessarily at the spiritual level that my church was, God like allowed me to have these experiences of him, you know, throughout that whole time that kind of kept me fed until I was able to get back to Liberty and get refilled. But like you said, I was getting saved every day though. I was doing the sinner's prayer, like God, please don't kill me in the midst of this.
Don't let this happen, Lord. You be doing the wildest stuff, and be like, okay, Jesus, I won't do it again. He up there like, I know you gonna do it again, but I forgive you, but I know you gonna do it again,
dude. I know God constantly facepalmed with me. He was constantly
like, it's like the meme when they talk about like my guardian angel would be like,
right,
so, yeah, this is legit. Like, plenty of times I got saved out of really bad situations and spots, and then when it did it again, because it was just like, all right, it was fun to me at that time. It's no longer fun to me anymore, but it was fun to me then. And it's so wild how you think about like your experiences and like how God like has kept us through all types of wild stuff, through near-death experiences,
so many near-death experiences,
you know, through wild situations, through, you know, situations that could have put people behind bars, like all types of wild stuff. But the Lord, he keeps us.
Dude, in the 5 years that I was out at school, I feel like I experienced so much life. Like I experienced like all those experimentations with stuff, but also like, you know, love and heartbreak, you know, homelessness, not having food to eat. Like I literally, my first semester at school, I ran out of like my meal plan because I didn't know how to like ration it. And I ended up like not having food for like a month before school ended. Wow. And it wasn't until people found out like I was starving myself that they started like, that's how I was able to learn how to receive. Cause it was like, let me go buy you some food. And I was like, no, I'm good. And I got in trouble. Like my professor like legit yelled at me. He was like, don't you ever go around here starving when people are able to help you. Like he lit into me like a dad would light into your son. And I was just like, dang,
we need that.
I needed it. No, it was legit. And then my mom, like when she found out, she went in on me. You know, I think she punched me once, and you know, I was like, "Dang, mom, like you gonna just punch me in the school?"
Right in front of all these people.
Well, she didn't do it in front of. The good thing was like nobody was around because like that would have been. It's a predominantly white school. That would have just been like all trouble.
Yeah, mom would have been locked up in Edwardsville. Right.
Right. I'm like, Mom, I can't save
you. Making free your mama shirts, like
got a sign. This was marching around at the police campus station, like, free my mom. She was just loving me. But no, I learned how to. So I learned so much in those college years. So even when I came back, it was just like a whole different experience coming back to Liberty after being gone for so long. Cause like, I was in a different place. I was like, I felt, I had to get to know God in a different way. That's when I like realized like I needed a more relationship with God versus, you know, the religious, because I had experienced all the religious stuff while I was at school. You know, you got to learn all the behind the scenes stuff of churches. And it's just like, oh man, I don't want that. And like,
that's messy. It's annoying.
It made me not want to go to church like ever. Like I think my last year of school, of being down there, like I didn't go because I had got into it with the church that I was at because of messy situations. And I just didn't go to church. I was just like, I'm good. I was living in my car. I was ready just to move back to Chicago. So I was like, so I moved back to Chicago and, you know, got my life together.
Yes, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Yeah, that's legit. Like a lot of times people think because we grew up in a church, we didn't have like out of church experiences. Like, nah, I was telling somebody a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a few months ago, about how like I didn't really relate to a lot of the people in church growing up as a kid or a teenager because I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and like I grew up in the hood, so I saw some things, right? I've been there where people been started shooting out of nowhere, and it was just us kids playing outside. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So like
watching people get shot is a thing, bro.
yeah, like, and it's just for a lot of us, especially in Chicago and a lot of metropolitan areas throughout the country, it's normal. It shouldn't be normal, but it's normal to see
Yeah.
things like that. And I can really relate to a lot of church people. And then growing up, becoming an adult, I was like, I'm tired of like this facade of like church people. Like y'all put up this front, like this is, what I'm saying? Like you ain't never been through. And of course, it's always been really real people. Like Spanky's mom is a real person, right? Apostle Lathan, real person.
Super
My
real.
parents, real person. So it's always been people around us that are real. Like, okay, you see their walk and you know what they've been through and they can be real with you. But then I felt like there were so many other people there who weren't being real. They were like putting up this front, like I'm holier than thou. Like it's, what I'm saying, I ain't never seen it in my life. And it's like, okay, cool. But like, what that got to do with me, fam? Like, I need some advice. I need some help. Like, and you supposed to be able to help me. And I can't come to you with stuff because not everything is spiritual. Some things it's like, stop doing that.
Right.
Like, when you could, you got the deliverance already. Now it's your time to stop doing this. Like, stop drinking. Put the bottle down. You know what I'm saying?
How do you walk in deliverance? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what a lot of churches don't teach
Yep.
or know how to explain. Is like they talk about get deliverance, but how do you walk that out? What's the process of that? Who's walking with you after you get deliverance? Like though you need a accountability partner. Stuff like that. And like thank God for the group of friends that I have, like Sam and like like Jerry and like everybody that's like my crew that I have now. Like we hold each other accountable for a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have known I needed that until like I had to go through the things that I went through and know that I didn't have it, and then try to get delivered of it, and it was just always there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, sorry.
Erica put it. Nah, you on point. That's how it is. Look, you need people that are going to hold you accountable. Like, I know we're talking about us, but we've seen in the news in the last 10 years, even more because of social media, like different church people, church leaders getting in trouble for different things. And some of these people just didn't have people around them to hold
them accountable.
Like, I want people that's going to say, yo, Sam, you off, bro. Nah, don't do that. You need people like that in your life. And you can't be afraid to have. Some people think is, oh, this person just don't want me to be great, or they don't want me to. No, they try to save you. I need people that's going to save me when I'm about to do something stupid or dumb in my life. You know what I'm saying? You need those type of people who ain't going to sugarcoat it, who not going to be just so, oh, no, please don't. No, yo, you're being dumb. Stop doing it. Okay. Let's do this instead. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you about to say something really dumb, don't say it. Like,
bro, my dumb card has been overpunched. I think I'm out of dumb spots. So like I'm trying not to exceed my dumb card, my dumb limit.
Yo, look, it's neat. Like Spank said, it is needed. Erica put a point up there. People can't explain what they haven't been through, which is understandable for sure. But like, wisdom will tell you if I don't know it and you're coming to me for advice, find somebody else, right? We know enough people where we can say, I don't know about this, but talk to them. They may be a greater resource to you, or they may be able to guide you to, we're so just.
But that's what I'm saying. Church people also like they're so church people that they don't know the story of their brother and their sister. So they can't point you in the right direction.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta be vulnerable and open so people can know what you've been through. So that way when they're going through it, you can help them out of that situation, or give them advice to get out of that situation, or even hold them accountable to stay out of that situation. So like with us doing this show, we wanted y'all to know like these things that we went through because we're here to help. We are a resource for you. We're not trying to passion nobody low key. Like we really are. we ain't trying to pass to nobody, like for real. Like, well, like if you if you need an encouraging word or some help, like we are here to help you. Like
Yeah.
our DMs do be open for stuff like that. We are definitely here to help.
Yeah, we have resources in the church and outside of the church that can help people, with whatever, and like we'll do our best to help y'all. It's good to find core people that really be real with you, and sometimes strangers will be nicer to you than people that you know. So it's okay sometimes to reach out to, if you're going through some mental health things, reach out to, you know, I say Christian therapist, but if you can find a Christian therapist, reach out to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or counselors, reach out to them. There's resources. If you can't find them, you know what I'm saying, go to where you can find help at. It don't be embarrassed about it, because you need help. We all need help.
Ain't no shame in asking for help. No
Mm-mm.
shame.
At all.
And therapy is cool. It's cool to be it's cool to be in therapy now, like low key.
It is. It's good. Get you some
and
therapy. I got it.
Same
I'm
here.
looking for a new one, a new therapist. So if y'all know some therapists that are Christian,
I just started a
send them
new
my way.
therapist yesterday. I went with a non-Christian therapist because there's some things that like you just need an understanding about that's not Christian. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
legit.
you just want help, and like I'm grateful that I did have a Christian one, and now I'm getting a different aspect of the help that I need. So, like honestly, I recommend if you can get two counselors, get you a Christian one and a non-Christian one.
Yeah, why not?
It's
Get whoever's gonna help you.
the more aspects you have and the more eyes on. Oops, I hit the mic. The more like different perspectives that you get is going to only open your eyes more to the help that you get and the answer to the what you need.
Yeah. You need help. Get help.
So
I think one of the biggest things too, I'm gonna just put this out there about what made us not your ordinary church guys, right? Or church bros, church dudes. Buy the merch. We
buy the
have
merch.
the shirts say different things on them. So so like so get the merch. Share this video too, because y'all still watching. Thank y'all for still
All 13 of
kicking it with
y'all.
us. Kicking it with us tonight. Share it with your friends and family so they can see this, so they can know about us. But one of the biggest things I know for both of us, I'll just say for me, I can't speak for anybody else, but part of being not your regular ordinary church dudes or church bros is literally running away from the call that's on our lives and like running fast for years and knowing that we were running from it.
Actively running.
Actively running. Still in the church serving though. But like no, not today. Not today.
It's like we see a pastoral anointing on your life. Let this cup pass.
Pasture? What? No, I don't like carbs. What are you talking about? Pasture?
I'm not a cow.
Right.
I'm not a cow. I'm not that song.
But that was part of my story, like running away from my calls, and it's so wild that when you finally say yes, or for sure yes.
No, for real. But even then, like so that was one thing. Like in talking with Apostle Darling, when we were putting the show together, she's like, you guys are something like pastors with this show. We was like, it was like super silence. Like we both just kind of like was super silent on the call. It was just like, And to this day, we try not to think of it that way. We're just like, because we're just two guys who love God that went through a lot of stuff, and we are real, down to earth, transparent, and we just want to entertain y'all, honestly,
yeah,
and just share and expose you guys to some of the stuff and the people that we know that are doing really cool things and just as real and transparent about their walks with God. So
that's how you should be.
And I think those. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're not avoiding the calls on our life by not taking on titles preliminary what is it? We're not taking on the titles before we got them. Right. You don't want that stress. You won't ever hear me say I'm anything that I'm not until I am. I don't want the stress. I don't want the warfare that goes behind it. Because titles change things.
Dude, when they said we're gonna make you a deacon, I said, "Are you sure?" Do you? You said you make me. You want to make me a deacon? Like I don't know. Like I get saved daily. Like
a D card.
I literally, I will have the sinner's prayer on my mirror, so that way when I'm looking at it, putting it on deodorant, I'm praying and I'm reading the sinner's prayer, so I know I'm good.
Every day. This is a process. Did y'all say die to yourself daily? Look, I'm trying to get saved. I tell people all the time. Somebody be like, "Where did you get saved?" Today. I do it daily, and honestly, I mean, for me, it's not that I'm living wild or unrighteously. It's just it's a daily reminder. Hey, look, you always got to be right with God, right?
Gotta be
you
right.
always got to make sure you right with God. And so, for me, it's saying the sinner's prayer whenever we're in services and I hear it, or sometimes randomly throughout the day. Saying it, just reaffirming with myself, with the atmosphere, with the whole world, the universe, that look, I belong to God, and that's not changing.
Yeah. And this is only one of the ministry tools that God has allowed me to use. Cause like, even cause like I play out in clubs and stuff, and people just, I get questions like, how do you stay so calm? Like, why are you so happy all the time? And that allows an opportunity for me to share like God with people. So, letting your light shine in places that don't normally, But just being a light. So like, I'm happy with not being your ordinary church dude, because it allows me to talk to people that normally wouldn't get talked to.
Yeah.
It allows me to minister to people that normally wouldn't get ministered to. So I'm grateful to have that moniker, and wear this t-shirt, because
that's real.
it allows people to just come talk to you when they see, like, let this shirt be your testimony, because then they're gonna be like, why? What makes you not so ordinary? Because like, look, bro, I went through this, I did this, and now look at me. God is working through my life and doing this. Mac Red, what up, brother?
Mac Red, another not ordinary church dude,
but one of the funniest not ordinary church dudes out here.
Legit. What's up, Mac? Yeah, look, we've learned through life experiences it's best to be yourself.
Always.
We learned through outside church experiences, because there were plenty of times I was gone from Liberty. Legit, like it was a season where I was like, I'm out of here. I'm finna move to DC. I'm gone. Like I'm gonna just find a job out there. I'm gonna go back to school, and I'm gonna be gone from Chicago. And it just kept being people coming to Chicago to Liberty preaching and saying stuff about this is where you need to be. And every time I get convicted more and more, and I'm still like, I'm gone still. Then one day I said, okay, I guess I'm not leaving because I need to be here because I'm keep getting convicted about this. But it's just part of our journey. You'll wherever you are in life now is where you're supposed to be at. Honestly, there's no I should have did this, I should have did that. Right? It didn't happen. But where you are now is right where God has purposed you to be in this moment. I feel like we turned into a church service.
It has turned like whosoever will, the doors of the church are open. Where's the
ushers with the white gloves?
Where's the ushers? Where's the organist? Somebody get Prophet Fred on the organ real quick.
We need somebody to play the keys. Play something prophetic for us.
before the band take it somewhere I wasn't expecting it to go. Oh man. There's spiritual shade is real, y'all. Spiritual shade is real.
It is. It's hilarious too. I know we talked about a lot. How do we get the show, Spank? How do we actually get to having this show? I think we talked about Incy Wincy bit, but
okay. So like Sam was saying, me and him have a lot of conversations, like just hanging out after rehearsals and services. And there's a standard that Sam is aware of that I like to have, and I work for with everything that I do. So I try to walk it, like I always strive for excellence in everything that I do. That's the goal. Always strive for excellence. I'm not striving for perfection. I'm striving for excellence. So this show kind of came from the first night of our virtual convocation. I saw Apostle Darling get online, and God bless her. But she did one of the, she did like the selfie mode and was just like, hey, how did you guys like service? You know, da 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 da. You know, and it was like I called her, I texted her immediately after. I was like, because I think we did the pre-show first, right? Did we do a
Yeah,
pre-show?
maybe a week or two before we were talking about you. Guy had gave you the idea, I believe, about the pre-show.
The pre-show, and the hosting in the midst of convocation. So like we were like, since we're going to be in convocation, we should do a pre-show to kind of get people ready and online for convocation. So the pre-show happened, and it was just like a good vibe. It was just like everybody was like, "Oh, I really enjoyed the vibe that you guys have." So so then I saw Apostle Darling do the whole like check in from her phone, and I was just like, "Ooh, that's not cool." Yeah. So I texted her, I was like, "Hey, we could do a post show too, if you're cool." And she's like, "Do it." And I was like, "Okay." I texted Sam immediately. I was like, "Hey, we got after church tomorrow too," and he was like, "Cool." Like Sam has always been like the biggest supporter that I've ever had because he's like, "Word down, I'm down." Like you need you to say. Everybody needs a Sam in their life, low key.
Spank,
like,
don't be saying that, man, because everybody needs a Spank. Spank solves problems. He's a problem solver. Like I can go to Spank about anything. Now it's a compliment battle. I'm gonna compliment you better than you.
we gonna gas each other up before this is over, bro. We gonna be professional gassers.
Nah, but Spank, I can call Spank about anything, and I'm like, yo, I need this, that, and the third. What's this, that, and the third? Spank has been on the phone with us while he's on the road, going to gigs, or even at gigs, and he'll be like, yo, look, if anything happens, call me. FaceTime me, and he'll like walk us through things. So like, you need a Spank, you need a us.
Yeah. I mean, everybody needs a crew.
Yeah,
you need a crew. So, but yeah, after doing that show and it, like the success that you guys put on, you know, like you honestly, we have the show because of every person that watches the show every week. Like if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't have this platform and we wouldn't be able to do this. Oh, Mina, oh, and Erica, oh.
Hey, Erica.
Yes. But we wouldn't have this without y'all. Like the feedback that we got from you guys and how much you enjoyed it, and then the willingness of our first guests that we had on, like, you know, like the Joe Johnsons and the Dairies and the Prophetess Nadine and the Steve, you know, all of y'all who came on first and like just during convocation has helped us kind of establish this show. So honestly, we got this because of y'all. Yeah. And the more you share it, the more you watch it, the more we will keep doing it, because there's something that's not being done for the kingdom. And like, that's what we're trying to do, is just present God and Jesus in a different light, you know? Yeah. Instead of preaching to you.
Right. Now you might get a couple sermon excerpts, you know, throughout our shows, but you know, it just comes with the territory, right?
And you may want to give offering. My Cash App is always open.
Post my Cash App.
You can post our Cash Apps if you would like to give into our ministry.
I don't have a ministries. I don't have a cool preacher photo yet. I gotta get some new headshots. That's my favorite. Like that hand.
I gotta get the. That's my preacher pose. Dude, that's the new cover of LIN Live right there. Boom. You do the hand, you do the chin. Yep, boom. There it is. Y'all gonna see that on next week's poster.
Oh my god.
Next week's flyer. Amina, let's make it happen. We gotta schedule a photo shoot.
We gotta get it down. We need to do cool preacher headshots and all that. One of the coolest like preacher or like guest speaker like shots is from Prophet Fred though.
Dude,
like,
I agree.
His looks are dope.
The all white one is my favorite with the chair. Like, I'm all about that.
Dope. He has the jumping joint where he's like jumping in the air.
Yeah.
He has, you know,
that's the young preacher energy with the good knees. He got them good knees to do all that jumping and stuff and running around, you know.
But if you're an old pastor too, look, we got Photoshop. It's all types of things out there. Stand on the platform, bend your knees, spread your arms, and make it look like you're jumping.
Stand on this green chair in front of this green background, and we're gonna make it look like you jumping. Somebody blew a fan. Got a fan.
See?
Yeah, man.
We could make it work.
We just gave you all the secrets. All y'all old pastors that's trying to, get your young people involved. Jump off a chair.
Jump off a chair. Get a cool stool that sits kind of high. One leg up, one leg down with some. Okay, so don't wear clothes to try to look young, because then we gonna know that you try to dress like you're young. Dress your age. Dress how you like to dress. Though.
Dress your age. If you wear the jeans with the freshly iron crease and the cuffs, then let that be you. But just wear it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to wear skinny jeans with the cut holes in them. Like, that's not you. Especially if you ain't gonna put lotion on your knees. Like, we don't want to see that.
You got ashy knees.
Yo, ashy knee pastor.
You gotta take the noise. Now we gotta use all of the noise oil on your knees at the pool.
Just slather and anointed oil on your knees. Slippery knee pastor can't even take a knee to pray. He's like, Father God. Father God. We come to you.
You got the leather. Please dress how y'all dress what's comfortable to y'all. Look, it's okay.
Oh, Erica with the tight leather pants, so when they fart, it's an air bubble on the pants, and they gotta push the air bubble down the leg. Side. And then when they get to the bottom, it's like, yeah.
You gotta look, dress. I'm not gonna say dress your age, because people could dress however they want to dress, but dress what's comfortable, because everybody can see when you're faking it.
That's our generation. Our generation, we can see when you're not being what's the word? Genuine. Well, we can see when you're not being genuine. Like genuosity, is that a word? I'm making it a word. It's key. That's why we are here. We're trying to be genuine dudes and present God to you. But you ain't like the fart leather pants. But yeah, we're just being genuine guys that love God. You know what I'm saying? I stole that joke from somebody. I can't remember who I got that joke from, but it's hilarious.
That's it. Dress yourself. Get some cool pictures. Get a dope media team. Get you a Sam and Spank and Elder Amina and the media team at Liberty Chicago and throughout the network. You all are great people. Get you some great support system.
Get you a support system. Like, if you leave out of here with anything today, your support system. Get you a support system, because that's not only going to help you with your church stuff or your friend stuff, but like, they're going to support you in the times where you don't feel like being alive, or you don't feel like taking a shower. You need somebody who's going to tell you that your booty stink. Let somebody tell you that your booty stinks, so you can go get in the shower and you can live life right. You know what I'm saying?
That's a word. Your booty stink.
Your booty
life
stink.
Ain't right. Your life ain't right. Your booty stink.
You okay? Your booty stink. That's how you know somebody depressed if they booty stink. Like, bro, you go get in the shower. Like, let's
get you real solid support. Get you solid support. Yeah. Hey, look. If you're married, or you think about getting married, look for somebody who is going to support you even when you don't got it. Not saying they're going to baby you or just take care of you, but somebody who's going to support you and push you when you don't got it. Your family members, friends, and look for people who are greater than you in areas, and lean on them and glean from them, to be your support system. Spank is a media guru, I think. And
I'm still learning. I'm trying to surround but like what he said, I surround myself with people that know more than me.
Yep.
That pushes me to be better than where I'm at. Don't be a big fish in a small pond. Always try to be if you're always looking up, you're gonna be moving. You move to the direction that you're looking. Honestly.
Yeah.
So if you're looking up to people, you're always gonna be going in the right direction.
Yeah, there's always somebody greater. There's always somebody who has more knowledge or wisdom, understanding than you have in certain areas, and that's okay. That's beautiful, because if you ever hit the point where it's like, I'm the smartest person in the room on this area, there's an issue there, because there's always something to be learned about everything.
So Sam, I don't know. The Spirit told me that we need to continue in this gas up vein for just for 3 more minutes. So if you're still watching, give us a thumbs up in the comments, and we're gonna gas you up We are going to gas you up. We're gonna give you some gas before we go.
Come on, Holy Spirit. This is turning to church.
Some people need some gas right now. So I mean, the first person that comment is gonna get gassed up so hard right now. Like we want to gas you.
Oh yes. So also, encouragement is prophetic. So if you've been looking for a word,
we about to give it to you.
It's part of it's prophetic.
Like everybody ain't nobody gonna comment now. Y'all don't want our gas?
Everybody like, I don't want no gas. I got gas in my car already.
We're gonna go through the comments and just start gassing you up because we want to.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, Christina. Man, Christina, you are the most awesomest human being in the world. Like
you are red.
That's that familiar encouragement.
You are so great.
You are like, you always provide me with the most low keyest laughs. Like you just be so cool, calm, collected, and then you slay that sly comment and it just busts me up. So I appreciate your sense of humor and your coolness.
Yeah, Red, you are. If you don't know, my sister Christina, I we jumped down, but Red, you're my twin. We call each other twins because of the whole story. At the beginning stuff. You're watching now.
Y'all watch love the replay
babies later, and you'll hear our story about how she was supposed to be me. Well, technically, I was supposed to be her, and then it is what it is. But you're my twin. We always had a tight bond. You're amazing at everything you do. You can sometimes sell yourself short.
Cut that out. Don't do that.
Don't do it. You're great. You are great at everything you do. And I appreciate you. Your family appreciates you. Josh, your husband, appreciates you. Your kids, we love you. And you are greater than you think you are. And there's so much more for you.
All right. Stina, you've been gassed. Erica, Erica, you are boss lady. You just stay living that bossy life. Like if there's anybody who needs a reality check, Erica is the person to give it to you because she is just real. But it's the nicest realness that you'll ever get.
That's real. Yo, Erica has a gift. She has a prophetic gift. And Erica, a little story, and not a lot of people know this. Erica was probably the first person that gave me a word. Yeah, she was the first person that gave me a word about being married. We were in the booth one Sunday getting prepared for service, right? And she was like, yo, Sam, I had a dream and I saw you like in a suit and it was like he was getting married. And, she was giving me the word. And my first response was, okay, cool. She told me the colors and everything she saw. And I was like, yo, was I fly? That was all I cared. It was my suit nice. And then we looked, she told me what the colors meant and represented. I went and looked them up too. And so that was the first person that gave me a word about being married before any prophet called me out. I had some other people that gave me words too, or asked me questions in a prophetic way. The prophetic questions like, so are you?
Yes.
Because they know it. They make the face. So they know it. But Erica, you are great. You're great in media.
Thank you for stepping in.
Yes.
You not many people can do that. Erica stepped in and became a whole filler for us. Like she took on to the lights for us. Like, thank you for being awesome for doing that. We appreciate you.
Doing
Erica,
stage.
Yes, all of that. So we got to move on. Erica, you've been gassed. Man, here comes the first lady of LIN Live, ladies and gentlemen.
The first. What can I'll do this. I'll start on this one. What can I say? Lo came into my life in a broken season, right? And I'm gonna gas you without trying to get emotional. But she helped me heal from a lot of things. And
she loved you back to life.
Yeah, legit. She was a godsend. And we had been crossing paths for years and years. And we'll tell our story one day on LIN Live because we're going to get her on this show, like I said last week.
One day.
But you are amazing at all you do. Just my wife, man.
I don't have any tissues around. I was going to give you a brotherly tissue.
I don't need them, man. I need some tissue. Somebody send me some virtual tissue. Put some tissue boxes in the comments.
Tissue boxes in the comments.
No, but I love you, Lo. You are amazing. You're amazing mother, wife, friend. I've given you my siblings because I have a lot of them, so you can have a ball. So you're an amazing sister and daughter. You are great at everything you do. The gift is inside of you. Are so great, and I've seen them from day one. And I always tell you, there's more in store for you, and so just look for them more. That's it. I will keep crying on the rest of the show.
Lo, I don't have anything else to say after that. Like, so I look forward to getting to know you more in the years to come. You have always been so nice to me, and I appreciate it. And you didn't have to be nice, but you did, so I appreciate it. With that being said, Lo, you have been adequately gassed. Since there is no more thumbs up because everybody's scared, don't be
Elder
scared.
Amina, she's the lifeline of our show, y'all. Elder Amina, I know.
Oh, who preached out?
I just called her out just because you are the lifeline of our show. You're the backbone of so much.
She's the backbone of Liberty. She is the backbone of the network. Nobody really will say it, but I'm gonna say it. You are literally upholding and making sure the blood is flowing through LIN, and we appreciate you for that.
Yeah, we really do. You do so many things great. And you're also a mother and a wife to great children and a great husband. And we've seen you do it with excellence for years. You're also a business owner
for years.
So Elder Amina, you are appreciated. If nobody else tells you this, we appreciate you. And we see all of your hard work and effort. And we want you to know it doesn't go unnoticed, at least by us. And if you do not notice her hard work and effort, then we gonna come see you, cuh. And also, if you are part of the LIN email list, please read your emails because she sends out some emails. She works really hard on those emails. So watch your emails or whatever. Go look for them. They come in.
Amina, you've been gassed. I'm gonna give me a stamp thing to put on there. We got one more thumbs up. This your brother John. John, you are one of the flyest ushers that I've ever met. I don't know what this thing is, but I think it's cool. It's a really cool thing that you do. You should just keep doing that. In every picture that you take, make sure that you can see through your hand because it's a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, John, he's one of my many fashion inspirations. Me and John are always joking. Free as I like to call him. I believe he gave himself that nickname. So that's a little, but it's either him or that. But
it's very cool. Your name is cool. I think you're cool.
We think you're cool. Nah, Free, you are a great man. Like get me into this word. The callings on your life. And you'll walk in it. Don't be afraid, my brother. Do not be.
And then you can do this on your pastoral picture. Do this on your pastoral picture.
Look, imagine this. I might not invite him to my church if I said that. But it's still gonna look cool.
Right. Your church is gonna be dope, bro. I don't know. In the
comments too. Oh, hey T.
She ain't throw a thumbs up though. She being hard headed. Go ahead and put a thumbs up, Tila. Quit playing. Because we gonna gas you.
We go gas you. You here. You still here with us.
But John, you've been gassed. Boom.
Gassed.
So since Tila is commenting and not throwing a thumbs up in like we asked you to, jeez. Tila Jackson. You are the dopest hairstylist. There we go. You are the dopest hairstylist that I've ever met. I model my social media after your social media because you are doing it really, really good. I'm terrible at social media.
Yeah, social media is hard.
It's so hard.
This is hard. T, you're doing great, yo.
One more thing. If you would like a job doing our social media, we will hire you.
Please.
soon as people start
Voluntarily.
buying merch.
We'll hire you voluntarily.
As soon as people start buying merch, we'll actually pay you some money. But until then, you're being
But if you do
volunteered.
want to join the LIA live crew, slide in our DMs, hit us up. You know, we might have some work for y'all, or we do have some work for y'all. But
Always
we're
have
not done with you yet, T.
We ain't done.
I know you as a mother, as a sister. So like T, you are amazing. I've seen your growth even spiritually from afar. You know, we watch people from afar and we see their growth. And so it's amazing to just see where you've been and where you're going to and how you're just like killing it. So keep killing it, T.
And like not on a creepy, like I'm trying to holler at you level, but you're very beautiful. Like some of your pictures just stop my scroll. I'd be like, dang, who it is? And I'd be like, oh, it's just Tila.
It's like, oh, it's just T. Keep going.
But I'd be like, dang, she beautiful. And I'd be like, oh man, okay, cool. Moving on. But you are very beautiful. You're very smart, very intelligent young lady. And we pray much success to your business. And then, yeah, the greatest mom ever.
You know, people have like debates about those things, right? Like the greatest ever. It's the greatest for you, Ja. No, it's okay. I'm joking.
It's whoever gets the mug first. Whoever buys the mug first is the greatest. If your coffee mug says you're the greatest, you're the greatest. But Tila, you've officially been gassed. So with that being said, I don't think we have any more thumbs up. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up. Sam, is there any last words, last thoughts that you want to put out there?
Share this video with your friends and family members. Make sure that you tune in next week for our mailbag show. So that means on that show, we talked a lot about ourselves and our journeys, but you may want to know random stuff about us. Like if we like sushi, if we like pizza, if Spanky loves sushi. I don't really love sushi, but ask us next week on the show what type of sushi he likes. There's a lot different types.
I don't know if anybody noticed in our commercial that we did this week, like I put a lot of hidden facts in there.
Yep.
So I might keep doing that in our future commercials, and like maybe we give us a prize to somebody who sees it and shouts it out.
Yeah, maybe we'll give away some free merch. We gave away some merch last season to Jaquay and Vignetta because they were great supporters of the show. We did just a random drawing.
And they did photo shoots in our gear. Maybe we'll post those on the next show next week. We'll put those up on the next show next week of them their photo shoots in our merch.
Yeah. So I think that's all for me. So watch next week. Have your questions ready. We're gonna ask any and all questions. Yeah, all questions. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
We're transparent. We're real. Mm-hmm. We're genuine.
Yeah.
And we will. And then we're also going to have our contributors on here next week.
Yes, they'll be with us next week.
Chantel, thank you so much. But yeah, next week. So if you have questions about anything about life, we'll be answering those questions. Just slide them in our DMs. We already had a couple of people slide some questions in there. And then also if you post your questions live here, we'll answer those too. But this is going to be a great show of just kind of just getting to know us and our contributors and a little bit more about like y'all. We want to know more about y'all. So the more questions you ask, the more we get to know you too. So with that being said, watch next week. Get your questions in. Get registered for the leadership Congress.
Yeah.
Watch our church services on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have real viewers on Sunday. And then we love you.
Buy merch.
Buy merch. Buy merch. We love you. And we'll see you all next week.
It's LIN Live with Spank and Sam. It's a show for everyone, boy, woman, girl, and man. So tune in on Facebook and YouTube. Guaranteed to make you laugh and make you feel good.